The jubilation on Friday that greeted the conclusion of the 14th Assembly of State Parties held at The Hague. The Kenyan delegation celebrating what it considered a major victory after the Assembly reaffirmed the non-retroactive application of Rule 68 of the ICC Rules of Procedure and Evidence on the use of recanted evidence. The outcome of the 14th Assembly of State Parties meeting eliciting a reaction from Deputy President William Ruto, who is facing 3 charges at the ICC in relation to the 2007-2008 post-elections skirmishes.
Ile mpango na njama iliyokuwa imepangwa pale mbeleni, tumeona dalili sasa imeanza kusambaratika, na tunaamini ya kwamba in a very short time, in a very short while, we will be beyond here and we will be building our country together.
While Ruto and the Kenyan delegation that attended the Hague meeting celebrated the outcome, the civil society opposed to the Kenyan agenda have termed the ASP reaffirmation a minimal concession that will not affect the ongoing judicial process. The reaffirmation was not captured in the Assembly's omnibus resolution, but is contained in President Kindiki Kaba's report on the 2015 session. This, according to the civil society team, was not legally binding, and hence the Ruto-Sang supporters had nothing to celebrate about, an assertion dismissed by Senate Majority Leader Professor Kithure Kindiki.
If what we had gone to request the ASP to do did not have an impact on our case or the cases against the 2 Kenyans, how come there was a lot of resistance from civil society, from some member states of the Rome Statute? You cannot resist that which does not alter status quo.
Ruto's supporters urging ICC prosecutor Fatou Bensouda to throw in the towel on the 2 remaining Kenyan suspects at The Hague.
Na hiyo tumeona ni ushindi, kwa sababu kama hiyo haitumiwi, tunajua kwamba mwaka ujao ukianza, tutajua kwamba naibu wa rais Mheshimiwa Ruto atawaachiliwa huru, afocus kwa mambo ya kujenga taifa letu la Kenya.
Afrika moja, Afrika huru. Lazima sisi wote tushikamane ili kesi hiyo iweze kufurushwa.
The Assembly of State Parties reaffirmation on Rule 68 notwithstanding, the ICC Appeals Chamber has the final say on Bensouda's use of recanted evidence in the Ruto-Sang case. The trial chamber had allowed her to use testimonies of 6 key witnesses who had withdrawn, a decision Ruto and Sang contested at the Appeals Chamber.
I can assure you, Mr. President, that we shall be alive and we shall be alert to everything that will happen in respect to this resolution. Indeed, it will be a test of whether we are engaged in a meaningful discourse and process or not.
The Kenyan delegation had at one point threatened to walk out of the ICC and convince other African member states to quit the Rome Statute if its agenda was rejected by the Assembly of State Parties.
Let nobody imagine that because of your misadventure, you can pull Kenya out of international statutes. Kenya is a member of the Rome Statute, not by the choice of one individual or a few individuals.
For now, it's all eyes on the Appeals Chamber to rule on the use of recanted evidence and the trial chamber to determine whether Ruto and Sang have a case to answer or not. Francis Gashuri, Sunday Live.